everyone. Okay, so I wanted to share this word with you all. I've been having real difficulties posting this, so hopefully it's something that somebody needs to really hear because I'm gonna push through this. So I had to do a full video for the scripture because I feel like it's a prophetic word and God really wants me to release this right now. And I'm going to share the scripture and then I'm going to share why. So the scripture is Acts 2:17, and it says, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams." So this has been I've been hearing this a lot recently in my spiritual ears, which is your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. I keep hearing it over and over because I feel like it's so crucial for the young people. So what it is I'll explain the confirmation that I have to share this word. So I've been hearing this for a while, for a few weeks now, but I've been battling with posting a full video because I always struggle with posting videos, especially long ones. So I went to church on Bible study, and at the last minute, she shared a dream. The pastor's wife shared a dream, and she was saying how she dreamt that there was huge waves coming in, right? And water represents spirit. In case anybody is having dreams right now and you're dreaming about water all the time, it's about the spirit. The water represents the spirit, right? So waves represent an outpour of the spirit, right? Which reminded me of the scripture. But then she said she walked around and people were sleeping, right? People were sleeping while the waves were going on. God is pouring out his spirit and people don't know. People are not awakened to what's going on in the spiritual realm, right? And it's happening. It's still happening whether you know it or not, right? And the thing was, she also saw, she said, I remember she said crocodiles, as well as some other, did she say frogs or something like that? Some other animal that represented to me when I was hearing it, demonic attack, right? Things that we don't want, things that are going to hurt us or harm us, things that are dangerous, right? So those animals were in the waves, which means that, during this outpour of God's spirit, there's going to be danger, there's going to be attacks, and if we're sleeping, how are we going to escape them, right? And what I'm feeling is that it's so important. It's more specifically targeted towards our young people, teenagers, young adults, because during this phase, we are developing our identity. I'm still young, y'all. I'm very young, even though I know I probably look like 12, but I'm 26. But anyways, we're developing our identity still. So and then there's also been a generational thing that's been going on where God has kind of not been important part of our culture nowadays. So in leaving out God, we're leaving out the most important defense that we have against the attacks that we have that are going on in the spiritual world, because we can't see. There's so much more. Do y'all know that there's a galaxy outside of our galaxy? There's so many more galaxies. Like, there's so much more that we cannot see in this world. Our emotions, our thoughts are just a part of that, right? Other people's emotions, other people's thoughts, intentions, values, everything. And then there's spiritual energies and atmospheres that go on and that are coming and going, and we are not we are not aware of it. We can't see these things, but only God, the Spirit, can reveal it to us. So there's scriptures, there's a scripture that says, I'm gonna pull it up. That's why I love this is Google. 1 Corinthians 2:10 says, but this God has revealed it to us by the Spirit, right? So the Spirit searches all things. Only God can understand the deep things of God. Only the Spirit can reveal it to us. So if we're not deeply rooted and connected to God and tuned into what He's trying to show us and tell us and how He's trying to lead us, He is, I always say this, He is the way, the truth, and the life. So if we're not tuned into His leadership and we're looking at who's the next rapper, and I want some money, and I want this house, and I want this butt, and I want this and that, if we're not tuned in, we're going to be washed over. We're going to be eaten by the crocodiles, okay? So this word is also scientific, right? Because there's articles that are talking about how mental health feels like they have increased a lot of awareness and knowledge about human behavior and therapeutic interventions and all this different stuff, right? But they're not increasing on their gains to help people because there's so many people that need the assistance. There's an increase in depression and anxiety, all these things. And what I'm feeling is because of the outpour. God has outpoured His Spirit, so we become more spiritually sensitive and spiritually, I keep hearing attuned. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Spiritually attuned, to bring into harmony, to make aware or responsive. Make aware or responses. Okay, so we're becoming more aware of the spiritual activity. We're becoming more attuned. That's the word that I hear, right? We're becoming more aware of the spiritual activity that's going on around us, but we don't know. There's a lot of people that don't know how to handle it. We can discern people's emotions. We can sense spirits in the room. We can sense activity going on, but we don't know how to handle it because people are not connected to God, the one who can save them from it. And the crazy part is that people are not recognizing that this has a hold on our emotions. It has a hold on our mental health and our capacity to handle situations and things because we're so spiritually aware, but we don't know how to handle things. We're going into situations and having difficulties processing and responding to situations because we have an overload of information coming at us. We can sense when this person doesn't like us, or when this person has this feeling towards us, or when our boss is feeling prideful and doesn't care about us, or there's these different things that go on that I sense at work, at my job. And we can also sense different spirits, different voices, different signs that will tell us certain things, and I'll add up, and I'm gonna make a video about that too. But we don't know what to do with it. So we become depressed. We become hopeless. We become anxious because we don't know how to handle all these things. We're supposed to go to God for it. That's the thing. We even become more spiritually attuned to our own selves. Like, I made a video about our subconscious and the conscious mind. How we have multiple thoughts, voices going on telling us different information at the same time inside of us, and we're becoming more aware of that because some people are not aware of it and it's staying dormant in the unconscious mind, but some people are aware of the voices going on back there, and there are. It's normal, it's natural. But if you don't know how to handle it, because you're not in tune with God, you're not in tune, connected to Him, so He can tell you how to manage it, then how are you going to manage it? How are you going to manage it? You're going to be anxious. You're going to be afraid. You're going to be doubtful. You're going to feel crazy. You're going to be depressed. You're not going to want to get out of bed and deal with any of the stuff that's going on. Y'all, you have to get connected. You have to get connected to God. If anything, if you're becoming more attuned to anything, be more attuned to God so He can show you the way, the truth, and life, even in the midst of what all this stuff is going on, right? So that's it. That's all I'm gonna share. I have like so much more, but I hate making long videos because I feel like nobody listens. But I pray you guys listen. Please comment below if you have been feeling emotionally sensitive or more attuned to what's going on in atmospheres and people and situations and blah blah blah, right? Comment below and let me know. Let's talk about it. Anyways, love you guys. Be blessed. Bye.